You can and have the power to define your success story, and do not let other people tell you what this should look like.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the KTS Success Factor podcast for women, where we talk about challenges senior female leaders face in being happy and successful at work. I'm your host, Dr. Sarah E. Brown.
My guest today is Paola Knecht. She is a certified leadership, transformational, and self-development coach, offering insights from 15 years of work in leading-edge global corporations, including Viastra and Syngenta. Knecht is dedicated to helping people transform their professional and personal lives. She is the founder of My Mindpower Coaching and Consulting and the author of the new book, The Success Mindset, Take Back the Leadership of Your Mind, which we're going to be talking about today. And she joins us today from Zurich, Switzerland. Welcome.
Thank you, Sarah, and it's very lovely to be here with you today.
So I love the way you start off your book by saying, I propose that we take back the leadership of our own minds to start consciously designing our own meaning of success. What a great way to kick things off. So let me just ask you, how do you define success?
Yeah, this is the central question of the book, of course, the result of many years of studying what success means in general terms. And for me, success, when I come back to the essence of it, is really to discover the meaning of your life, to discover your vision, something that goes beyond the race of accumulating things or the following a path that you did not consciously choose for yourself. So the moment that you recognize that and you say, wait a minute, this is not me, but instead this is me. This is what I like to do. This is what I want to reach. And this is my vision. I feel that I transcend or that my life has finally a meaning. That's when I believe you have reached the real success.
And so for you, what is it that provides that meaning?
To me, it's very simple. You have to look inwards instead of outward. We are distracted, and I think since very early in our lives, since we are little kids, maybe those times you have some glimpses about who you really are because you're not so worried about the world and about what other people think, or you're not following really society etiquette. You're just being yourself, enjoying, playing, exploring, being curious. But then we grow up and then we start to follow norms, society, school, and then it goes to a job, etc. And I believe that essence gets lost on the way.
And you talk a lot about a lot of our sense of success has come historically from what we see from Hollywood stars, famous athletes, and the like. But you think this is kind of harmful. Can you say more about that?
Sure. If you look at the world today and what has the social media brought us in general with the so-called influencers and the politicians that have a huge following. I mean, when you really look at what they are offering is a life that is not really realistic for, let's say, an average person to showcase the latest trips to, I don't know, the Bahamas or the latest car or, it's such a luxury life. And then we have that in our nature to tend to compare our lives with others. And so when you are so exposed, it's not just that you're exposed to the Hollywood stars or politicians or, influential people by just clicking images, but also many other people. So you spend so much time reviewing other lives and how they are doing that there is no time left for really analyzing yours and understanding, okay, what can I improve in my life? And comparison tends to to throw you in a spiral of negativity and start to think, oh, my life is not good enough. I don't have what they have, or my life is not so exciting because I'm sitting at home while somebody else is having great holiday in the Maldives. But what does this bring to you? What is valuable to get from this comparison? And so it's not by chance, I believe, that there is so much depression and mental health issues going on at the moment, because it's just people cannot handle such way of constantly comparing, constantly being in pressure to impress others. And so that's why I believe that this is throwing us in a negative spiral where just consumption and not only of material things, also the increased intake of abusive substances, or intolerance towards others have grown significantly, I believe, over time. All this has a root cause, and I believe one of those is that we spend way too much time comparing ourselves to other lives and not paying enough attention to ourselves first.
Well, I'm going to say that that's probably the biggest mistake that a lot of us make in trying to get clear about why we're here and what our purpose is. So what you do what Paola does in this book is to define this overall process in terms of pillars. And the first pillar that she lists in her book is called Discover Your Vision. So how can we go about defining a vision for our own lives? Give us a bit of a snapshot of that.
Sure. The first step is really to think about what are the things you love. It all starts with really going back to the basic and ask yourself, what do I really love about my life, about me, and what do I really enjoy doing? This is the central question, and that triggers other questions that help you basically build that path. The second will be, well, if I have an awareness about the things I love doing and they are meaningful for me, then how can I connect that passion with some activity also that I enjoy, or how can I connect that to bring service to others? And then that's how you can connect with a vocation. And when you do a step further, you say, okay, if I can connect what I love doing and bring it at the service of others, a question that goes more profound than that will be, how can this profession and this passion, this love for what I do and I can bring to others, how can I use this contribute to make a better world?
I get it. So what would you see as the biggest obstacle that gets in the way of our making our goals a reality?
It's not believing that you can make it. I think this is really what stops most of people, that maybe you do have a vision, you discover what you really would love to do. For example, maybe your normal job is simply an administrative job in an office, but you really would love to be an interior designer. And what is separating you from quitting your job and not getting into the designing world, and really believe that is simply that you don't believe yourself you can do it.
So it's like a self-limiting belief.
Exactly. And those are very, very hidden, but they are there, and the only way to find them is by awareness.
And is that what the pillars are designed to do? Is to bring all of this to awareness?
Yes.
So you've defined the book in terms of 11 pillars, and the 8th pillar was the one that just struck my attention. It's entitled Talent Alone is Not Success. Say more about that. What does that mean?
Yes, and Sarah, I believe that, we all have talents, and these are gifts that come inherited, and they are wonderful. And it's also great when we discover them, and they can really bring us great surprises. But unfortunately, to really reach something you want, it's not enough to just recognize you are good at something. You have to work at it.
It is recognizing your talents, but it is then taking action and doing something with it. Did I get that correctly?
Yes, correct. And there is a famous phrase that you might have heard already that says the success is 1% perspiration and 99% is really the hard work. So 1% inspiration, 99% is perspiration.
Right. That's the hard work part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really about do not underrate the value of hard work because that's what really brings you far.
Okay, got it. And that's what that pillar is designed to help us really get clear about. I get that now. So
Right.
one of the things that you, just an aside, one of the things that you talk about is that a lot of what we see out there as success, and by out there, I mean just in the world in general, is what we see on social media. And one of your pieces of advice is to tune it out and begin to shift more of our attention. These are my words, not yours, to who we are. How do you do that?
Well, simply to take the conscious decision to basically log out, to take some time offline and really take more time to discover who you really are and what you are after. It's a difficult thing to do in nowadays because we are all connected 24/7 to social media. But if we really want to know ourselves better, we also have to invest time to know ourselves better. And this is not by just watching TV or, I mean, when I say reserve time for yourself, it's not that you can stay at home and just read some books, watch TV or get distracted, but it's really about sitting in silence, take a piece of paper and write about yourself. Write what are your dreams? How do you see yourself in some years? What would you like to reach in this life? Even make yourself difficult questions and the quality of the questions you make to yourself will bring you the same level of quality in your answers.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for explaining that. Where could our listeners go to learn more about you and your book and maybe get some more good tips like this?
Sure. Well, you can find me if you just basically Google me as Paola Knecht, you will find the Amazon page where you can get the book, or if you will wish to get in contact with me, you can go to my/mindpower.com, and there I will be very happy to get your message or hear from you. And I'm of course in the social media channels. If you just search for my name, Paola Knecht, you will find me as well.
And I believe that you're going to give me a landing page where people could download some of your tips and a portion of your book to get an idea of it.
Yes, that's right. So for all your listeners, I have this free resource available. I will share it with you and you can populate it. It's a landing page where they can download a free booklet, and this has many tips and exercises also that reinforce the idea of the pillars of the book, but also it has other source material that you can consult from the different pillars. For example, also how to get the balance of body, mind, and spirit, or how can you develop a winning self-image, among other tips and exercises.
And I will put that URL in the show notes. Paola, one final thing. What would be one piece of advice you would hope your readers take away from reading your book?
If they could just take away one single sentence, is that you have the power to take back your own life. And for this is really to take the conscious decision to go in the journey of self-discovery. You can and have the power to define your success story, and do not let other people tell you what this should look like. You can write your own story and find transcendence on doing it so.
Very good advice. And to all of you listening, I commend the book, The Success Mindset. Take back the leadership of your mind, which, as Paola has expressed today, actually helps you take back control of your life as well. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Sarah. It was a pleasure and was very fun talking to you.
Thanks for listening to the KTS Success Factor podcast for women. If you like what you are hearing, please go to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave a review. And if you would like more information on how we can help women in your organization to thrive, then go to www.sarahebrown.com. You can sign up for our newsletter, read show notes, and learn more about our podcast guests, read my blog, browse through the books, or contact us for a chat. Goodbye for now.